This is used for people that aren't breathing. So tell me a station you've learned where you would, in real life, use a combi tube.
Trauma?
No.
AED.
AED. Are they ever not breathing in trauma yet?
Real life.
I said, what station have you learned?
Yeah.
Okay? Are they apneic here? No. Scott hasn't given you apneic yet for that. You're not going to get apneic for it either because we don't test that at registry. This combi tube was devised to go into the esophagus. It is what we call the blind insertion. They switched them to go to whatever's on the back of the door. I forgot the new one. And now they're talking about going back to this one. Because these are really, really easy. A lot of times when you see people with two tubes in their mouth, one's in the esophagus, one's in the trach. The neat thing about this is when we inflate this bulb into the esophagus, the patient cannot vomit. So they cannot aspirate into the lungs, okay? It has holes along the side here. So when we stick it in the airway and we inflate this bulb, and we inflate this bulb, the air is diverted down into the lungs. Now, if by chance you insert it and it goes into the trachea, there's a hole at the end here. So they get air, okay? So either way, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether I get it in the trach or the esophagus. The difference is going to be here. If it's in the esophagus, when I ventilate, what coupling? 22, universal. When I ventilate one, my lungs are going to inflate on my patient. My chest is going to rise. But if for some reason I dropped it and I dropped it in the trach, then one's not going to work. You won't get chest rise.
Will you get this?
You'll get epigastric rise. Then I know that I have to switch it to tube 2. Okay? What I'm looking for is chest rise. That's what I'm looking for when using this. Okay? Now, it has to be ventilated. It has to be lubricated. You lubricate the distal end, which is the bottom, when you slide it in. Now, inflating these. Blue and white. Blue and more white. So the big one goes with blue, the little one goes with white. The big one is inflated at 100 milliliters of air. Okay? The second one, everybody see that? Goes in. And you pop it off. So, if I'm going to put this in somebody's airway, what do they have to be?
Unconscious.
Right. The little one is 10 to 15. 10 to 15, depending on what size milliliter. The Bureau of Emergency Medicine, theirs only goes to 10. Okay, so you only put 10. This one goes to 20, so I want to put 15. Okay, 115. Did I see that? Now, once you have one of these in, if for some reason my patient starts to come conscious, I need to deflate these tubes quickly and flip them on their side when I pull it out. Because what's going to happen? What's coming with it? Right, right. So you want to be sure you deflate and flip. Okay? Now, I want to show you, before I actually show you the station, how to drop one of these. I don't want to see you do this. You will tear up somebody's airway like this. Now, in order to get this in the mouth, you have to do the cross finger. Remember with the OPAs? Okay? But, not with this. With this, my whole thumb goes in. Remember, they're not breathing. Goes in to the side, and I lift the tongue up. See? Not the head. The head's going to be in neutral. I'm just pushing up the tongue. Do you see the throat moving? I'm holding up the tongue. In, I'm going to run it alongside, see? And I'm going to pull it back. And the teeth are going to rest between the two black lines. Everybody see? It's that easy. Okay? In, press the tongue, the teeth go between the two black lines. Down, and I pull it back just a tad, and it goes straight down.
Now, when you pull it back, it just makes it easier to get into the esophagus?
Pull what back?
You said you're going to pull it back a little bit, right?
No, it's because of the way it's curved.
So I'm saying it's easier to roll it in?
No, it's just easier to go in. See, it's got to go in this way. You can't drop it this way.
Right.
So it goes in this way, and then you just pull it back a little, and it slides right down. You don't have to jam it. Okay? Everybody see this? Okay, piece of cake. I don't want to see you doing this. Okay, you're going to tear somebody up this way. Okay, it's real easy. And on a mannequin, it's hard. On a human, this sucker goes boom, goes right down, because we all have wet airways. Boom, goes right down. In, back, and drop. Okay? And I want to kind of hold it till I inflate it, because it will slide up. Okay? Now, of course you have these set up, and you'll see when I do the station. And I'm going to show you two ways to do this. Okay? It's very hard to get the air in the bowl. So you literally have to do it off your body. Okay? But, no, regardless of how you decide to do it, I'll show you the two different ways. Krista prefers one way, I prefer another. You have to see how this is puffed? That means I have air in here already. You always want to hold the tip here, because if you don't, hold the tip, inflate, and then pop it off. Because let me show you what happens if you don't pop it off right away. Do you see how this pulled back? It's automatic fail. That means you don't have 100 milliliters of air. Sometimes it'll pull back like this. So that's why I say when you inflate it, be sure you pop this off. Now, once I drop this combi tube, you got 30 seconds to drop. Once you drop it, you have 30 seconds to ventilate this mannequin and get air in. 30 seconds, that's all. And it's very quick. So I'm going to go through the station one time and show you how it's done, okay? Now, this is a two-part station.